Hello, everyone. Welcome to Course 2, Unit 3. So, the last unit in this Course 2, in which we'll talk about National Mirror Committees. So, the question answered in this unit are: what's a National Mirror Committee? That's a term that you will likely hear about during your work in the technical committees or the working groups. So, what are these national mirror committees? And what is a good example of when and how a national mirror committee intervenes or provide its input to the ISO system? As usual, please don't skip any steps, especially in this case. We highly recommend that you are comfortable with the information presented in Course 2, Unit 1. So, what's a technical committee, a subcommittee, and a working group? It's really important to grasp the difference between these groups before moving forward. So, our first question: what is a National Mirror Committee? So if we get back to this slide, which should be familiar to you by now, so the usual ISO technical committee with the working groups that are under the technical committee. And if we remember from this unit 1, that at the technical committee level, we have committee members representing their countries. So on this slide, we see US, France, China, but there can be many different countries around the table that choose to actively participate in the work of a technical committee. And these committee members, representing their countries, takes the strategic decisions related to the work of the technical committees. And under the technical committees, we have the working groups where we have experts, so Julie, Bob, and Laura in this case, who work in their technical personal capacity on the actual documents. So that's the structure we have. So now the question is, what's the relationship between these committee members that represent their countries and the experts that are personally appointed by their national standard bodies to work in the working group? So what's the relationship with their countries? Um, so if we introduce this slide, we keep the structure to the left of the technical committee that takes strategic decision at the top, and we have the experts working on the technical documents at the bottom. And then I introduce these different national mirror committees. So national mirror committees are essentially the same as the technical committee, but instead of being at the international level, they are at the national level. So at the national level, you'll have the experts, the national experts that get together and that they discuss the various projects that are being discussed at the international level within the ISO system. And together, nationally, they will build their own national consensus on the different projects that are being worked on. And through their NSBs, these national mirror committee will escalate their different positions at the technical committee level and also at the working group level. The national mirror committees will, for example, nominate a head of delegation to represent the country's position at the technical committee level or at the plenary level if we're at the physical meeting. The NSBs will also appoint experts to the working group. So Julie, Bob, and Laura will be appointed by the different NSBs. And these NSBs will appoint the experts in their countries that wish to actively participate in the development of the standards. So everything is coordinated by the national standard body, which are responsible for the whole stakeholder engagement within their countries, as we saw in the previous courses. So the national standard bodies play a vital role in making sure their national stakeholders get to meet and organize and escalate their national position to the international ISO level. So we have here the National Mirror Committee, and if we take a closer look at these National Mirror Committees, as I said a little earlier on, they're similar as the technical committees. So they'll have like a chair and a secretary, and then more importantly, the people that sit around a table represent industry, government, academia, testing labs, all the different kind of relevant stakeholders that are required in order to ensure that our standards remain globally relevant. And all of this stakeholder engagement exercise is managed by our national standard bodies or ISO members within each country. So I hope this helped you understand a little bit more how the national positions are created and how these national position through our ISO members are escalated to the ISO technical committee at the international level, where the different documents will be discussed with the positions from all the different countries that choose to actively participate in the projects. So that's it for course 2. I hope you've enjoyed it. And in course 3, we will be looking into more details on the actual standard development process. So the different stages that you will encounter during your work within the technical committees in the working group. So thank you very much for your attention, and looking forward to speaking with you in the further course.